Hey, this is Chris Denker with NetScoutsBasketball.com, the International Basketball Connection. We're going to continue our NCAA tournament preview shows, and we're moving to Buffalo. Two regions there, East and West region. Starting with the games in the East. Clemson, the 7 seed at 21-10, taking on Missouri, the 10 seed 22-10, and this is going to be a crazy, wild game. These two teams both like to press, full court trap, fast break, run up and down, shoot threes. They both pound the offensive boards. It's going to be a wild game. Could be a lot of turnovers, too. They always say a pressing team hates to play against the press. So it could be the most entertaining game of all the games in the first round. The second game out of the East there is West Virginia, the 2 seed, 27-6, coming off a great Big East tournament championship. Coach Bob Huggins, Deshaun Butler, and they're playing Todd Bozeman's team, the former Cal coach. He's now at Morgan State, the 15 seed. They're happy they made it. They're going to lose to West Virginia. The West region games that are there in Buffalo: Syracuse, 28-4, the 1 seed, a great team against Vermont, the 16, who's 25-9. Wesley Johnson, an All-American. Andy Routen's the leader shooter for Jim Boeheim's team. This team is very, very good, and they're going to advance. Gonzaga, the 8, 26-6, playing Florida State, the 9, at 22-9. Gonzaga is a team that we've covered an awful lot out here on the West Coast. Mark Few, the head coach, Matt Bolden, Stephen Gray, Elias Harris, and the rest have had a nice season, but they've gone into a little bit of a late season slump. Despite winning a lot of games, they haven't played particularly well, and then got beat pretty handily by St. Mary's in the league tournament final. And they're playing a Florida State team that I don't think they match up well with at all. Solomon Alabi is 7'1" kid from Kaduna, Nigeria, a very nice player. Here at NetScouts, we follow international players a lot, and we've had our sights set on him for a long time. And he kind of spearheads the Florida State defense, which averages 60 points per game for their opponents, and Gonzaga scores 77. So something's got to give, and I think the Florida State Seminoles win that ball game. Second round matchups, I'm going to go with Clemson over Missouri, and I think Clemson playing West Virginia after a crazy game like they will have just had against Missouri and the run that West Virginia's on right now. I think Deshaun Butler and his fellow Mountaineers are just too strong for Clemson. And then Syracuse against Florida State. This is kind of an interesting one because if the injury to Onuaku is serious enough that Syracuse only has 6 guys and loses their biggest guy inside, again, Alabi and the rest of the Florida State Seminoles, they've got size and they play good defense, but Syracuse plays the great zone, and again, they've got other very, very good players, and I think that just means that Syracuse plays with 6 and moves along. And, miscellaneous information, this could possibly be the best region of all the regions, or all the sites, I should say, for the first and second round games if you're an NBA scout and where you want to go. The number of players here and the potential matchups of these players going head-to-head is really a great place for this, and an opportunity to see those Gonzaga kids who have some NBA ability to maybe go up against a Florida State or the West Virginia, Syracuse, and be able to see all these guys at one time, is a really nice thing. And then our international spotlight out of the Buffalo site is shining on Elias Harris, the 6'7" freshman, small forward, power forward for the Gonzaga Bulldogs out of Speyer, Germany. He's had a terrific season. He started off great over in Maui, tailed off a little bit at the end of the season, as a lot of freshmen do. But I think with the bright lights of the NCAA tournament, watch for Elias Harris to show up and really put on a show. Keep checking back to NetScoutsBasketball.com for more of our NCAA preview shows.